Hey everybody, Nathan Eswick here. I've been thinking all week about what I'm going to do for this project because I had absolutely no idea. And this morning it just kind of hit me that I should do in Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods. And I kind of just ran with it. So I know what you guys are probably thinking, Sondheim, Into the Woods. Meh. But I'm hoping that my take will maybe give you a new spin to look at on the show and see what it could possibly do if it further developed. So starting off with the main cast, I put in the spot of the baker, Billy Porter. I don't know if you know who Billy Porter is, but if you don't, you should look him up. In the spot of the baker's wife, Renee Elise Goldberry, who played Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton. For the witch, I had Jennifer Hudson. For Jack, I had Jaden Smith, who was Will Smith's son. For Red Riding Hood, I had Quvenzhané Wallis, who played Annie in the 2014 film. And then for Cinderella, I had Amber Riley, who played Mercedes on Glee. She's also been in a few other things, but that's what people primarily know her from. So, further going into the characters and the setting. So for the setting, I was thinking, what if it was more modern and set in the city? I know the whole thing is like into the woods, but sometimes cities are called concrete jungles, and you never know what's going on in every part of the city at any given time. So further looking into the characters, for the baker, he's kind of simple. He's just poor and he works downtown. For the baker's wife, but she's infertile. Um, Red Riding Hood, she's a young girl who's visiting her grandmother in the hospital on a regular basis. Jack is a young boy from a poor family who is selling or running drugs, which could be a parallel to him selling the cow at the market. They could both be called Milky White for a full meld, if you will. And then the witch would be like a mysterious woman with a mysterious past. So, thinking about this more, the another example that I came up with for an event. So the scene with the wolf and Red Riding Hood. So maybe Red Riding Hood is on her way to the hospital, and then a sketchy man or a sexual predator could like see her and kidnap her, and the baker sees this going on, and he follows and finds and then confronts the wolf character and kills him, saving the grandmother and Red Riding Hood, which would parallel the scene where he chops the wolf open and they come out. Um, so the experimentation for this would be like just having an all African American cast. So a lot of revivals nowadays are doing this sort of thing where they take X show, but they make it African American and urban. In some places, I find it appropriate. In some places, I do not. I feel like it's not needed. But this is one of the places where I find that it might actually work out really well. Um, some challenges that I would have to face are unfortunately, people complaining about why there's no white people in the main cast because you can't escape that anywhere you go. Having the setting in the city um, in the modern day might not translate very well from the source material to this new idea. How I would change that much of the setting and the the characters and still have it like run the same course with the stories and the songs. People thinking it's too gritty and not for children. Um, and then the audience I would be trying to reach on that would be an audience that's maybe a bit older, like college age adults and up, to maybe avoid a little bit of that. Oh, it's not for kids. Don't take your kids to go see it. Um, and also for older people, so they know what Into the Woods and Stephen Sondheim are. Um, Not necessarily strictly an African American audience, but that would probably be primarily what it would attract due to them finally being included in a show like this in the complete main cast. Um, the modern audience as well, because I do not believe that classic Broadway lovers would enjoy this adaptation just because of how much it would sort of stray from the source material. So for my originality, this would be the easy part for me to talk about. So obviously the all African American cast is original because that doesn't happen too often, especially not in musical theater. It being set in the city as opposed to a medieval village, making it more modern again as opposed to more medieval times with castles and whatnot. And then attempting to marry modern theater lovers and classic theater lovers with each other. So that's my idea. Hope you guys like it. Leave me some nice comments to look at. Till next time.